All right, guys, so the project we're working on today is just trimming out this window. Now, the challenge here is that it's not all, flat against the drywall here. You've got some parts that stick out, so we're going to have to do some shimming, but it's already in kind of rough shape. So today I'm just going to show you kind of how I trim this out, and we'll show you how to build up the corners. And so let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing we want to do, of course, is remove any old trim, anything that might be in the way, and try to flush this up as close as you can here. Doesn't have to be perfect with the drywall, but get it as close as you can, and then remove any nails, anything like that that might be in the way. Now, I recommend some kind of a tool. You could have your own block, however you make it, but you want a consistent reveal throughout. That's just going to make it look a lot nicer. So you want something like this, and then you're going to stick it up on your trim like that. And you're just going to mark there and mark your middle. Now, it's always a good idea to mark your corners too. Now, this is why I like my trim tool, because I can make that 90-degree corner, and I can mark it right there. Then I can mark the side as well. And then I just know where my 90 is going to be, know where my edge is, where I need to measure from, and then I know exactly on top. So I know I'm right there. Put my tape here, measure it, then cut my first piece. Now, whether you start at the top, the bottom, or on the sides, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. Just kind of go with whatever's easiest for you. I usually start on the sides, get my two side pieces in, and then I'll cut my bottom and top piece afterwards, just so I can get length. Now we're going to measure from our line here at the top all the way down to our line at the bottom. That's going to be our inside measurement. Now I'm going to start by just taking one side here, cutting a 45 on it. So, and I've got my other trim cutting tool here. So I'll flip this over. And what this does is it just allows me to measure this properly. Once you line that up, got a little spot, put your tape. It was 36 3/4, draw a little line direction. Now what I want to do is line that up there. My mark's all the way down. So down here at the bottom, be right on the mark too. Make sure I got enough reveal. Now, right here, the bad part is this sticks out. So I can shave this down a little bit, or I can try to shim this out and match it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just shim this out a little bit and see if I can get it to sit properly. So I know the bottom is good. I can go ahead and nail that off. So on the bottom, I'm going to mark this up with both my lines here, 90, to make sure I hit that reveal. And I can shoot it down, and then as I go up, I want to make sure I stick on that reveal and go as far as I can. Now I can shim out what I need to up top. And then what I want to do is as I go down, I'll just keep shimming it, and then I'll shim the top up, and this will all look the same. Now we're also going to have to nail the back side. So we want to leave room so that we can put some shims in back here as well and nail that off. Now, unfortunately, with old houses like this, you just got to do what you can and make them look as good as you possibly can. They're not going to be perfect, unfortunately. You just have to make it work, especially when you have cabinets in the way. Now, I know that other side may look weird again, and I just had to do what I had to do, but this house has got foundation issues. So like I said, you just got to make it look as good as you can. Try to hide any imperfections that might be in the wall. So that's why I ended up having to shim that out so much. But now we can go to this side. Then it's the same thing. Measure from your reveal mark on top, reveal mark on the bottom. Now, if everything was perfect, it should be the same, but I've been in enough houses where that's just not the way it works out. And it's close. Now, if you can use it again, go for it. If not, no, can't use that piece again. So this will be one of the top pieces. Now, this side's a lot closer, but I still need to shim the back side of it. So what I want to do is nail down the inside, both the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to go ahead and measure my top piece up here. And again, the edge. Then I'll take my shorter piece here, again, cut my miter on it. Cut my 45, mark my spot here. We're going to set that in place there. And it's always good if you cut it a little long, that's fine, because then we can go back and cut a little off of it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm again just going to nail my inside corner. Okay, that's on that line. Just going to nail that, and then eventually, and once that's set, we'll come back and we'll flush up the back, because the back needs to come out a little bit. So we'll shim out the back a little. And over here, I'm going to shim this out where it needs to be so that it's flush. Backside is where I need it. Now we're shimming out the edge there. Make sure those two pieces are flush. The final touch to make your trim look flawless is caulking all the seams. Now this simple step instantly elevates the finish. Basically it just hides any gaps from shimming and gives everything a clean, polished look. Even the most imperfect windows like this one will look like they were installed by a pro. And that's a wrap on trimming out a window. With the right tools and a little patience, you can take your windows from plain to polished. Now, if you found this video helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more DIY projects, and drop a comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you on the next one.